Hey everyone, Reid Henrichs with Ridge, and today we're going to talk about slings. There's a lot of confusion out there. Should I use a 1-point sling? Should I use a 2-point sling? Well, I'm going to discuss some pros and cons of each and some applications of each, and once again, this is my take on it. Use what works best for you, and I can give you all the advice in the world. In the end, that's what it's going to boil down to. Try to take a lot of the confusion out of the choice, and let's get started right away. So first, let's explain what the purpose of the sling is. The first purpose of the sling is to attach the rifle to your body when it needs to be attached to your body. We're going to need to free up our hands at times, okay? Well, why would we need to free up our hands? Well, use your imagination or use your real-world experience. When you're climbing up things, you may need to sling your rifle, okay? You need to sling a rifle on our body so that we can climb, or we can move people out of the way without flagging them with that rifle barrel. Okay, other reasons, you may need to transition to your pistol. I'm going to need at least one hand free to transition to my pistol, if not both, in an ideal world. So there are many reasons why we need to free up our hands, but having a gun carried by either one or both of our hands really doesn't allow us to do that. We need a sling to attach it to our body in that context. So it's really a holster for a rifle. That's what a sling is, okay? It's a holster for a rifle. So consider it that way. That's the first and primary purpose of the sling. The second purpose that a sling serves is to stabilize your rifle during shooting. What you can do is you can really tighten your rifle sling down and really lock in your shooting position. If you're standing, kneeling, sitting, even prone, you can crank that rifle sling down pretty tight and get some good stable shots. That would help stabilize a very shaky position at times. So the other purpose of the sling is to stabilize your rifle while you're shooting. Those are the two main purposes for your sling. So some people would say, but Reid, what about the sling for retaining your gun? Doesn't it help with weapon retention? It helps with weapon retention. It also turns you in to a windlass if you do fight with somebody. And at the end of the video, we may share some anecdotes about that. But I can assure you that that goes both ways. Sometimes you want the rifle attached to your body. Other times you really don't want it attached to your body. And I guess that would depend on what you're using it for. But let's get started on 1-point sling versus 2-point sling and do little pros and cons for each, and we'll let you make up your mind on what's best for you. Alright folks, this is your 1-point sling, and the reason why it's called a 1-point sling is because it attaches to your rifle at one point. This is where the rifle attaches. This is how it looks like, and this is how you'll wear your 1-point sling. Just put it over your body like this, and the rifle attaches to your body. The thing about the 1-point sling, guys, is that there are good and bad with it, and I'm going to explain, the good and bad of each of these. So the thing is that with the single-point sling, the rifle is always attached to your body. I mean, that's what it is. That's what it's designed to do. It's designed to keep your rifle on your body. The good things about this, folks, are that when I'm shooting this rifle, I can present it very easily. There's nothing that gets in the way. We can present the rifle. What I also like about a 1-point sling is that you can easily switch shoulders if you needed to. If I'm shooting here and I need to shoot around another corner, all I got to do is switch it just like that. It's very simple, so you can move this rifle on your body that way. Another good point about a single-point sling is that these are great for vehicles. If you're using a rifle in a vehicle like law enforcement or in a lot of the modern military tactics, this works great in a vehicle, excuse me. This works fantastic. There's very little to get snagged up. It's always there. I can easily put it here. If I'm against the door, I can easily just set it down at the door and then get out. If I'm on the right side of the car, I can just set it on the door and then just get out without having to worry about it banging around or the sling getting caught on anything. It's good for vehicle use. So if you're in vehicles a lot, like you police officers, or if you're on patrol a lot in the military and vehicles, Humvees, MRAPs, whatever, this is a great way to go. It just gets snagged less on the gear shift and the parking brake and all that other kind of stuff. The windshield wiper toggle. I mean, it really doesn't get snagged up very much, especially if you put it up against that door. All right. So the pros of the single-point sling are that it's easily carried in vehicles, and any kind of vehicle work, it's going to be your best option. Another thing I like about it, the rifle's always attached, although that can be a con as well. All right, another good thing, you can easily switch those shoulders if you wanted to. It's very easily done. It's very simple to do. Those are the pros. Drawbacks to this. First of all, guys, if you've done any lengthy patrolling, if you've walked around with a rifle all day or all week or all month or all year, then you would know that a single-point sling is not the best way. I mean, you're constantly carrying this rifle. You've got to constantly be supporting the weight of it. And I know it's an AR, it's only 7 or 8 pounds. Hey dude, talk to me after 23 miles. talk to me after 23 miles. I guarantee your walk to and from the car at the range, it really doesn't seem that much. All right, but in all joking aside, what I'm here to tell you guys is that on patrols, the single point is not the way to go. You want something else. That's very, very crappy on a patrol or any kind of long walking with the rifle. Another drawback to the single point sling, folks, is, as we talked about, one of the key reasons to use a sling is to stabilize the rifle when you're shooting. Well, I can't do that. It's a single point sling. There's no way I can crank down on that sling. I can't get any tension when I'm shooting it, so it takes away half of its capability right away. That's the other bad thing about the single point sling. And last but not least, folks, when we talked about using that rifle to attach to your body so you could free up your hands, when I let this thing hang, it's right there in front of me. Okay, which means if I need to climb anything, it's gonna be boom, 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 boom against anything. It's right in front of me, and that's good in some cases. But as far as this, I want this thing out of the way if I can. If I can. But you're really limited to one carry presentation here. Okay, we can't carry this thing muzzle up on our shoulder. We can't carry an African carry. We can't do it cross body. It's just not going to work that way. So you're limited to one carry position. So be aware of those trade-offs when you're using a single point sling. Alright guys, this is the 2-point sling on the rifle. Now why is it 2 points? Because obviously just like the 1-point sling, it attaches here and it also attaches here. It attaches 2 points on that rifle. That's why it's called a 2-point, a 2-point of attachment. This is traditionally what rifles have come with. Okay, they traditionally came with a 2-point sling. And what I like about 2-point slings, there are a lot of good benefits to 2-point. Number one, you can carry the rifle on or off your body. If I want to carry the rifle just like this, I can do it with the sling still on it, not have to worry. If I do want to carry the sling on my body, I just put it around my neck just like this, and it's very similar to a 1-point sling, just I can use it that way. So you can do it on or off the body, okay? You're going to do it either way, good to go. Another positive to that 2-point sling, when you carry it off the body, if you really want to switch shoulders while you're shooting, that's easily done as well. Easily done in any case. If it's on, it's going to be a little bit more tricky. I like to carry mine loose for that very reason. If I need to switch shoulders, see how tough it is when it gets around your neck. So if you're going to do that, we want to carry it off the body. Another good benefit of the 2-point sling, folks, is I can tell you from hundreds of miles walked with a rifle in a pack. That's why my feet look like, well, not human. But what I'm going to tell you is that a 2-point sling is great for patrolling. It's great for walking with a rifle over distance. I mean, you can put this thing and you can put it just around your neck like this, and the sling is doing most of the work. I don't even need to support it. I just have it here, and it works great. It's just way more comfortable than a 1-point sling when you're going over distances or long walks like that. That's another big benefit to the 2-point sling. Another benefit of the 2-point sling is we talk about that second purpose of the sling, which is to stabilize your rifle during firing. This really stabilizes the rifle when you're shooting. As you can see, there's tension in that sling that helps stabilize my position. Whether I'm standing, kneeling, sitting, or prone, it will stabilize that and help make my shots a little bit better, because you can use that to stop your sights from moving around all over the place. All right, tension is good on that sling, so that's another benefit to it. What I really like about 2-point slings is its versatility with its carry options. As you can see, I can carry it just like this, carry it just like this. If I wanted to go muzzle up, that's easily done strong side just like this. I can present the rifle easily. I can move it over here for African carry if I needed to. It's very easy to present this rifle from any position, okay? You can do it with that. Heck, if I wanted to go cross body, all you gotta do is take it like this and then just sling it over your body. It's easy. You can carry the rifle in any position that you want. You're not limited to just that hanging in front of you. And if I don't even want the rifle on my body at all I've gotta do is leave it off the sling. Much more different carry options with a 2-point sling than with a single point sling. And last but not least, here's something else to consider. A 2-point sling usually, not always, but generally speaking, comes with the rifle. This Chi-Com or whatever it is, Com Block cotton sling came with the rifle. It was free. You don't need to go out and spend 50 or 60 bucks on a sling. That's just an extra cost. Put that towards something else. These 2-point slings generally come with the rifle. They're more than adequate to do the job, and they don't cost you anything. Regarding retention, using the sling to retain the rifle, weapon security is what I hear people say. Hey, that works if you're in a stack of like 6 or 7 or 8 dudes, all of which have rifles aimed in on the bad guy. That works. But unless you have that in your house, it's going to be you all by yourself. You're going to be Barbra Streisand on the 22nd comeback tour with the spotlight singing "People." right on there. So it's going to be you by yourself. So think about this, folks. Do you want to wrestle for that gun, or you just want to give it to them, draw your gun, your pistol, and get to work? That is my exchange rate. So I want you to be very wary that people can and will grab your stuff, and criminals are increasingly being taught to grab for weapons. That's what they're doing. So I want you to think about that if you really want weapons retention, if you want on or off body carry for that sling. Your call. Go ahead and make the choice. I know that when you're fighting with people, they tend to want to grab your equipment. So just a little tidbit right there. If you found the information in the video helpful, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook, those are in the description box. And if you want to learn how to use that rifle, come on out to Valor Ridge. We'll teach you how to use that. Our first rifle class is coming up on June 13th. And although it's sold out, but you can jump in on the other ones. This is Reid Henrichs with Valor Ridge. Remember, the lessons that we learn are written on the tombstones of others. See you on the ridge.